Hello once again everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here, if this is your first time joining me. Hi, I'm Hannah. This little boy is Rusty. He is the sweetest little man that you ever did see, and he likes to pop in and out of my videos sometimes, so holla at your boy. He's hanging out with us today. But anyway, keeping with the theme of my recent videos about retail, this video is going to be all about how I was not hired because I was too skinny. Is that legal? Probably not. Yep, you heard me right. I was not hired at Lane Bryant because I was not fat enough, apparently, which is probably the dumbest thing that I've ever heard. So, if you don't know, Lane Bryant is a pretty popular plus-sized women's clothing store. My parents shop there, or my mom shops there, my grandma shops there, my aunts shop there. Like, I know a ton of people who shop there, and like, it's a pretty good clothing company from what I can tell. The clothes are cute, they're flattering, they're nice, like, I don't really see a problem. And so when I was looking for a job, I was like, oh cool, Lane Bryant's hiring. I would love to work there. Their clothes are cute. They seem nice enough when you go in there. Like, I don't know, it seems like a cool place to work. So I go in there. I mean, I applied, I got my interview, so I was like, okay, cool. And let it be known that there's like two times in my life when I've had an interview and I have not been called back and offered the job. Usually, if I get an interview, it means that I'm getting the job because I've been told I've been told that I do well in interview situations. I've been told that I respond well to the questions, that I'm good at talking to people. I don't know, but I've been told that I'm good at interviews. So usually if I get an interview, it's kind of like I'm guaranteed to get the job. And this is like one of the two times in my life that I've not gotten the job after I went to the interview. And this time it was pretty obvious why I didn't get the job. So I went into the store, and I was told that I would need to wait a few minutes for the manager because she was in a conference call. So I was like, okay. So I wandered around the store, and yeah, I confirmed that their clothes are pretty cute. So I was like, wow, this is a cute store. I would love to work here. And I did notice that most, if not all, I'm pretty sure all of the employees were plus size women, which is like, fine. I don't have a problem. I mean, I've grown up my whole life around plus size women. I'm not skinny, but I mean, I'm not technically plus size. She thick though. She kind of chunky. So I mean, I like to eat. So I was like, it's great. I'm into it. Like, obviously, there's nothing wrong with plus size people. So I'm in there, I'm having a good time, and I talked to one of the employees, and she was super nice. She was like, good luck in your interview. And so yeah, I go in the back and I start my interview. And the manager was not even a plus size woman, I don't think. And if she was on like the very lower end of the spectrum. Like, she was only a little bit bigger than me. Like, she was pretty much around my size, but just slightly larger than me. So I was like, cool, she seems nice enough. And so we're going through, and there's general normal questions that she's asking me, like questions that you hear in interviews all of the time, where they're like, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Here's this. How much experience do you have? All of this kind of stuff. So I'm going through, and one of the last questions that she asked me was, how am I supposed to help a fat woman with her clothing if I'm too skinny to understand? I was kind of taken aback by this because, I mean, I wouldn't call anyone fat. I feel that that's quite derogatory. I mean, it's literally called a plus size company. So, like, why not just say, a plus size woman, but even still, it was very jarring to me that she said it that way because it was almost seeming malicious, and I was just like, well, I've helped women of all shapes and sizes and men find clothing in all of the other stores that I've worked at. I don't really think it's that different. You know, I can get somebody their clothes, and if it doesn't fit them, I can get them a larger size or a smaller size. Like, I can tell when something fits someone and when it doesn't. I can tell when it flatters someone and when it doesn't. But overall, I was applying for a cashier position. I mean, I understand that in many stores, cashiers are also associates and you help people on the floor and you do all of this, and that's fine. But I don't think that me being skinny, which I'm not skinny, girl, trust me, I'm not skinny. But me being not plus size, I guess is what she means, I wouldn't understand how to help people who are plus size. But I don't really think that's the case. I think that no matter what size you are, you can help someone who is a completely different size because you have eyeballs. You can see if that shirt is way too tight and it's obviously uncomfortable on the person that you're helping, get them a larger size. If it's way too baggy and they don't want their clothes to fit super baggy, get them a smaller size. It's really not rocket science. So that's pretty much what I explained it to her. I was like, well, I've worked in other clothing stores and I was able to help people who were much larger than me and people who were much smaller than me because I genuinely have. I've helped people who are like girls who are like 100 pounds. I've helped girls who are like 250 pounds. It really doesn't matter. I don't really care if someone's super tiny or if they're plus size. Like, it doesn't matter to me. If it's my job to help you, I'm going to help you and I'm going to be friendly about it and I'm going to make sure that you're happy before you leave the store because it's my job and I don't want anybody to be dissatisfied when they're spending their money. So, you know, I explained this and she seemed unimpressed. And I was just like, and I was waiting for her to continue, and she was like, well, I just don't think that you could understand the struggles that a plus size woman has because you are just so skinny and so little, and like you just wouldn't understand, and I don't think you would be a good fit for this store. Okay, I'm pretty sure that that's illegal, but alrighty. So I basically just told her that I thought that she was wrong. Like, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and suck up to you when you told me that you don't think that I'm a good fit for this job based solely on my physical appearance. So that irked me. That irked me pretty good. And so I was just like, hey, I think you're wrong. I think you don't know what you're talking about because I've helped people who are much bigger than me, much smaller than me. It doesn't matter. I can help you get clothes that will fit you because I have eyes and I can tell what looks good and what doesn't. And I basically told her that she was being extremely rude and pretty much, I mean, I wouldn't use the word prejudice, but I mean, she was being kind of discriminatory, I would say, because I'm not a plus size person. But I didn't know that you had to be a plus size person to work at a plus size clothing store. I mean, is it really that serious? Like, what? Do you think I'm going to try to put a plus size woman in an extra small crop top? Like, no. No, like, I'm not stupid. I'm not here to try to make people feel like they're fat, as she put it. I mean, what the heck? What is she thinking? Anyways, I'm pretty sure that was illegal. I didn't get that job. She was extremely rude. I pretty much stormed out. It was kind of a nightmare. But yeah, I'm really glad I didn't get to work there because I wouldn't want to work for a person who treats people like that. So, that's why I don't work at Lane Bryant. Thank you guys once again so much for joining me today. Leave me a like if you like this video. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Have you ever worked for Lane Bryant? Have you ever been turned away because you were too skinny or too fat, as she put it? I don't understand. But anyway, let me know. Do you work for Lane Bryant? I'm sorry. Anyway, and you can subscribe because I make new videos every Monday and Friday. Thank you guys once again so much for joining me again today, and I'll see you guys next time.